Now,
Do you
more
feel,
whatever.
do you feel, Dwaine, Yusuf, that has something to do with not having a big enough bird?
That's what I was thinking in my head.
No,
Because you know, like, because that will make someone like Dwaine coming out will have come a way different mentality to someone that's just doing 3 years,
but
5
not
years.
necessarily. That contributes as well. But I think there's different.
I did 2
you know,
years.
there's different layers of trauma what individual goes through as well.
Yeah, for real, because someone else
Because
that's done that long might be too institutionalized still, for real.
for example as well, especially that, you know, I've worked with as an embedded mentor, working with young people as well, that one of the key factors that we say is relatability. See, relatability builds trust. Trust brings on engagement, and engagement has impact. But sometimes as well, we get frustrated with the youths as well, and we're saying that why are they behaving in different degrees of dysfunctional behavior? But we have to also understand they have no guidance.
Mums are not at home, and this is what's so frustrating. I'm a working mum, yeah. It is so challenging. Like, women that work, like, even if you've got a partner, it's still challenging because your partner could be working nighttime. By the time they come home, they need to sleep. It is literally so challenging. And for me, because I just had a baby, I've gone back to work. I've got my son's in secondary school. I was able to monitor and observe so much things so quickly when I was at home. And now I'm at work, it's like, there's little things like, you know, you come home from work, you're tired, you don't spend that much time. And that has a major impact.
Have you finished landing? Have you finished landing what you was going to say?
It's okay.
No, but I'm just... No, I know, but have you finished landing though?
Yeah, please, guys.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, so I do believe parents not being at home has had a major impact.
I think, you know,
children.
There's kind of just one bit of this conversation that I do want to flag. And I'm looking at this from like a stats perspective. If you do look at the prison population in the UK, you know, this is not a surprise to anyone. It's not full of middle class affluent people. It's full of working class people generally.
Have you been there?
I've been in lots of prisons.
So how do you know what's it?
Because if you look at the stats.
Don't worry about stats.
No. The stats are there. It's really, really important, actually. It's really important.
Do you believe in the stats?
If it's conducted
compared to what we see.
No, they're right. It could be manipulated.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. We're actually being there.
He has a very valid point, and I'll tell you the reasons why. We all know about the case, so let me elaborate on this. There was a young lady that she stabbed her boyfriend multiple amount of times. This was not a domestic case. This was her. So she was actually presented. Obviously, she had to go to court. What did the judge? The judge knew her family. He said this: "You come from a good family. I don't want to put you in prison." She was given community service for attempted murder.
Pardon?
Wow. Wait, that's not even the worst of it. It's not her first offense. She's done it before to an ex. So she's done it twice. She's a prolific. But because of her status and her background, now you tell me, if that was me and you, or our sisters, what would that happen? If that happened to you, where would you be now?
Sleeping.
So you are right. And one thing that I've realized, especially when you rub shoulders with certain people, it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Amen. Facts.
Okay. Getting back to Jeff, why for that a bit? Because he's just been here, like, and he's a...
No,
what was your experience though? Like throughout because remember, he's seeing it from that side. You know what I'm trying to say? It's all good what we're seeing it from our side, but what was you seeing from your angle as a...
From my perspective.
Go on. What? Because have you got another question?
No, because I still can't believe, like, you saying you would be embarrassed if you did that. As a black man, I'd be embarrassed walking in the jail and banging niggas up. I'll be real. I'll be embarrassed.
You're cool.
So do you ever feel
N-word, bro, man.
Do you ever feel that? Like,
no, because at the end of the day, okay, cool. Like, I was employed in this role, but the reason why I have such a popular name, the reason why I'm loved and these are prisoners, you know, or these are prisoners that have seen me on road, is because of my humility. I was very, very humble. I wasn't a boffin. I wasn't a job's worth when it came to, you know, banging up, or like, there was an element of humility. I was able to apply wisdom when it came to work in that environment. So when it came to even obviously knowing or being like corrupt officers being exposed, normally a job's worth will go and write a security report or whatever. I'm not trying to hear it. I'm not trying to get involved. My job, go in, do what I need to do.
So if you walk past the cell and you smell a bit of
Couldn't care.
I was just thinking
I don't care.
was you on snitching on other? If
No,
you saw like another screw,
didn't care.
passing someone,
Didn't care.
Like you would.
Didn't care. It's got nothing to do with me because
But can I ask you something? You know, in your like heart of hearts, you said earlier, oh, I didn't want my degree to go to waste.
yeah.
You know, everyone needs a reason to get out of bed in the morning. You need to
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
your contribute. So did you feel that you were contributing to like a greater public good?
I know, obviously, leaving that system, and I didn't leave by choice. They actually got rid of me because their thing was that I had inappropriate relationship with prison. So
Wife.
that I did. So what they were saying is basically the rapport that I built with prisoners is because I'm gang affiliated and so on and so forth. Do you understand what I'm saying? When that wasn't even the case.
Was it so?
Okay.
It's basically
Did you only work in men's prison?
I worked in women's prison for one day and some girl dashed a tampon at me. I said, no, I'm not doing this. Send me to the...
So what you're trying to say is the reason
Why
that
for
they
that as well?
left you was the reason that they ended up hating you.
Pardon?
That you
said
didn't want to work.
The reason that they ended up hating you was the same reason that they loved you, because originally you said that they liked you because you had a
Yeah, exactly.
rapport.
But then that got used against me because remember, the report that, and remember I've come across serious inmates. So when it came to them bugging out, they'll call me to come and de-escalate the situation. Do you understand what I'm saying? And it's embarrassing governors, it's embarrassing directors because they're thinking, right, this guy's just like an officer. How is it that he's got more...
You sure it's not
Thing
because
than
you had-
than the SO.
No.
More
Because you
clout
didn't-
than the SO in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they didn't like
I
that.
think it is.
They didn't like that. They didn't like that at all.
Do you not think they was using your muscles?
100%. But again, you have to apply wisdom because, again, when it came, should I say, to the nitty gritty of the job, again, where I was able to stand up for myself, and they didn't like that. They're like, yes, men. I'll say, no, go do it yourself.
I
Like,
know, but you know, with all due respect, and I understand, it's between a rock and a hard place because sometimes we complain about the social injustices of what's going on, like within the police, within the prison service. But then as soon as people from our community start joining,
Amen.
we give them, you know, certain names and stereotypes and so forth.
Uncle
when they're
Tom.
trying. But one thing that I will say though, and we have to be very careful as well, you know the story with the lions and the donkey? So once the lions pounced on a donkey and they were going to eat him, but one lion said that, no, don't. So they adopted this donkey. So the donkey started to think that he was a lion. So when he went amongst
Donkey
his
guy,
own
mad.
kind, the other donkeys from his own kind saw him as a lion, but the lions themselves only saw him as a donkey. So this is what they
you know,
did
the
for.
donkey guy.
Sometimes
mad.
they use and abuse.
I fully hear it. I understand it.
So sometimes we have to be sensible and we have to be rational as well, that when we go into bed with these people, what do you expect when you end up with something?